Golden Week is going on. That means some awesome sales on Japanese RPGs. Let's take a look at these, including my first pick, whose sales is going to be ending soon. Tales of Grace's F Remastered is on sale $9.99 on Humble Bundle. This one is a must grab, and it's going to be ending short time after I publish this video. While Grace's will still be on sale for around $30 on Steam, which is $10 off, Humble has it for a much lower price at that $10, $15 if you want the soundtrack, and I think that's a perfect price for this game. Grace's F is not as good as your Vesperia or your Berseria by any means, but it's a fun little JRPG that mixes in My Little Pony with the Terminator. And no, I'm not joking about that either. And the combat system is pretty original for a Tales game, so it's super fun. My only complaint is the world is a bit linear and kind of basic. It doesn't really feel all that open. I mean, it's not Final Fantasy XIII's walking simulator by any means, but compared to the openness that we expect in most Tales games, you're not going to find it here. But at $10, I do recommend giving it a try, as Asbel Lant's story of rebonding with his friends after a disaster and childhood trauma is definitely worth picking up. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 is now on sale on Steam for $20, and it took long enough. But the Kingdom Hearts games on Steam are finally going low enough on their sales prices that I can recommend them. $20 for 1.5 plus 2.5 is a steal. You get 4 really great JRPGs, a great platformer in the original, and if you can figure out what you're doing and how to play it, a really good turn-based card game RPG, and 2 great hack-and-slash JRPGs, plus 2 really crappy movies based on the DS games, but they're still better made than the movie Wish. Plus, these are all final mixes of this game, so we get a bunch of extra stuff not found in the PS2 version. And if you're someone who loves these Disney movies and just would love to go into the worlds and explore them, you can't beat Kingdom Hearts when it comes to these experiences, so definitely recommend picking this up. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is $19.99. Nice to see the price has finally fallen on this. I also enjoyed this game and what they did with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Haven't played the sequel yet, but the first part of Midgar did make this part of the Final Fantasy VII lore come to life. No longer is it this dark and dingy area, it's got life in it. And it's the fact that it has life that makes you understand the suffering that these characters are going through under Shinra. Throw in some great voice acting and some good expanded storytelling for the most part, and this game's not bad. My only complaint is there are certain aspects of the story that expect you to have played the original Final Fantasy VII in order to fully understand the plot, but those are few and far between, and I've had people who have played this and said that they weren't thrown off by them too much. And if you are looking for older Final Fantasy games, I do recommend the pixel perfect version of Final Fantasy I, which is on sale for $7.79. This is a fun throwback little JRPG that I happen to really like. It's this the best version of Final Fantasy I? No, I would say that the one on PSP was a little bit better, but it's definitely way better than the original. It is a bit on the easy side, but for the most part, I do like the ease of use features. I do like the fact that the combat's no longer frustrating, and the music redesign is perfect. This is a great remake of an old school RPG. Another one of my favorite Final Fantasy games is also on sale, with Final Fantasy VI being $18. This one's an interesting one with probably one of the best villains ever in a JRPG, Kefka. This mad clown is despicable and just easy to hate. The game is split into 2 modes: the light world, which the game is linear and has the party picked for you based on the situation, and then the world of ruin, where you have to reform your group and do all these side quests to open up the way to Kefka in order to stop it, but it opens up and it's completely kind of a sandbox game, which was unique for the early 90s. It's a fun game and definitely worth checking out for $11.69. The video game developer Inti Creates is having a few bundles on sale, If you don't know who Inti Creates is, they're kind of like Way Forward, except they're a Japanese company, but they like to take old IP and remake them new, or they'll make a new IP that is definitely paying homage to a classic game or game series. They're a really great company. They're really fun. They have worked on some of the older Mega Man titles like Mega Man Zero. And they do have a few bundles I want to talk about. I do want to let you know I haven't played every game in each of these series yet, but I have played a lot of the first games and they're enough to have me intrigued with these bundles. First is the Blaster Master Zero collection for $15.67. Okay, I've only played through the first, but I just had a blast playing through it. It captured everything that made the NES version fun, but at the same time upgrading them and making the progression easier to understand and navigate. It's a really great remake, and I haven't played the sequels, but like I said, first one's really fun. With my only complaint is there is a bit of a late game MacGuffin hunt if you want the true ending. But beyond that, it was one of the best games I've probably ever played. So I do recommend getting this collection just for that. And I am interested in seeing what 2 and 3 are like. Then we also have the Bloodstained bundle for $7.16. It feel like a classic Castlevania game, then Bloodstained Circle of the Moon is definitely a game you should pick up. It looks like Castlevania 3. It does kind of feel like a simpler version of Castlevania 3, but it has a few things that Castlevania 3 didn't have. For one thing, you can pretty much recruit all of your party members instead of just one, but it also gives you an option when you find another character. You can either recruit them to your party or you can kill them and harvest their abilities into Zangetsu here, turning him into a badass by the end. That said, what ending you choose kind of depends on how you treat these characters. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun game. Don't know about the sequel, but I do recommend that game for $7.16. Finally, we have the Gal Guardians collection for $20, and I did enjoy my time with the first Gal Guardians a few years ago. Basically taking place after Galgun 2, it follows the Demon Slayer sisters as they find out that their school has been turned into a Castlevania-esque nightmare, and they must go through it to save the students and stop the demons. Now, it's not a Metroidvania game, it's more classic Castlevania game, although the levels are a little more open than what they were in the classic series, as you do have to find some secrets in order to get through the game, but I did have fun of it. So I do recommend at that price this game plus its sequel, which I am very interested in getting into. Alright, you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a comment down below on what game you recommend, and please leave a like and subscribe.